Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, I'm Fitri Ayu from TPA 4A. I want to do presentation about my research, quantitative research. Yeah, quantitative research. So, before I come into my presentation, I want to share screen my PowerPoint for my research. Okay, let's start my presentation. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, I want a presentation about my research from beginning to final. My research is quantitative research. The title of my research is Student Perception about the Use of Google Translate in Translation Activity. So let's come to my introduction. Background of this research is, in today's digital era, human life cannot separate from technology. Technology is also used in the learning process. One of them is in learning English. Many of us, especially students of English teaching department of Yayan Batasangkar, semester 4, use technology means to help the learning process, one of which is using Google Translate. Therefore, I decided to research on student opinions about the use Google Translate in the process of learning English for translation activity. In this research, I chose this topic because based on observing a phenomenon that occurs around me. Even I did it, and I also feel interested in this topic, so I decided to choose this topic for my research, and I believe this topic will also have a good impact for us. So the purpose of this research is to find out student opinion or perception about using Google Translate for translation activity. So we will find out the answer for this statement problem. They will have positive or negative perception or opinion. This research is intended to describe the following research question. What are the student perception about the use of Google Translate in translation activity? So next, about iterative review. Of course, if we want to research, we must do iterative review, right? So based on iterative review that I did before, I have relevant theories. So in these relevant theories, I have two important concepts. First, translation. I will state relevant theories that I got from a book. Translation by dictionary definition consists of change from the state PR from to another to turn into one on another language. These stories I got from the Merriam Western Dictionary. And also, according to Catford, translation is the replacement of textual material in one language by equivalent textual material in another language. It's a definition of translation based on expert that I got from a book. According to Roger de Biel, it's also from books. The definition of translation, according to Du Bois, said that translation is the expression in another language of what has been expressed in another source language, preserving semantic and stylist equivalent. That's about definition of translation that I got from some books. In conclusion, translation is an activity for state a language to another language. That's a conclusion by me, by my opinion. So next, about relevant theories. Again, yeah. First, I already state that I have two important concepts, right? First, translation, and the second one is Google Translate. Yeah. Definition of Google Translate. Google Translate, based on the current circuit I got from a journal, here say that Google Translate offers an instant translation of typed word of phrase of will facilitate translate to the three other skill listening, speaking, written. So Google Translate is a tool for translation something like words, sentence, or paragraph. So from that relevant theories, we can know that uh, the benefit of Google Translate that I got from some books. They say that Google Translate have 5 benefits. First, as a translator, as an online dictionary, as an online thesaurus, as a spell checker, and also as a tool for learning in the pronunciation of foreign language words. So then, and about how to use Google Translate, we can read from my research proposal that I will share. So next, about advantages and disadvantages of Google Translate. I got some expert some experts' opinion about the advantages and disadvantages of Google Translate. He say that according to Sukwan, he said Google Translate it can provide access quickly and easily. And also, according to Al-Hassani and Hassani, they say that Google Translate is free to translate text, speech, images, also sites and real-time video from one language to another language. And also, but besides have advantages, but Google Translate also have disadvantages. Of course, Google Translate translate word without consider structured word. It's mean grammar. That's why beside have advantages, disadvantages of Google Translate also. Okay, next about relevant studies. I read 15 journal, 15 journal that I got from many sites, from RF, from Google Scholar. I got I will state one of them. According to Al-Hassani, he said that more than half of participants mentioned that they used often and always. The student had very positive attitude towards Google Translate as it's free and easy to use and translate text quickly. So from the relevant studies that I already did from 15 journal, I got the main point that student perception in using Google Translate for learning is very positive. Many benefit and advantage can they got from use Google Translate, and for nowadays Google Translate too much important for students as a tool for help them in learning language, especially in learning English. And next about we come to method of research. This research, the type of research that I will do in this research is quantitative research, where I will need numerical data to complete my research. According to Viratna Sujarmeni, quantitative research is a type of research that produces findings that can be achieved obtained using statistical procedure or other means to quantification. According to Sugiano, quantitative data is research method based on positive tests to search data in the form of numbers that will be measured using statistics as a calculated tool relate the problem being studied to produce a conclusion. So next about method of research that design that I will use for this research. We use a cross-sectional design for this research because we only collect data at one point in time. Cross-sectional studies are relatively inexpensive and less time. So next about finding and discussion. Yeah, next we come to finding and discussion of my research. Yeah, because if you want to see the result of my research, you can read from my proposal. So directly we come to finding and discussion. So we can get conclusion that more than 50% know student know what is Google Translate and ever use that for translation activity. Also, more than 50% agree that Google Translate have advantages for them in translation activity. They are agree that Google Translate can improve their translation activity, and then not more than 58.3% students agree that Google Translate make them lazy for open ordinary dictionary, but not more than 40% of them was agree that Google Translate can't translate word or sentence effectively, but 37.5% of them agree that Google Translate can make messy structure of some sentence. So that's the main point that I got from data above that I already did before. But yeah, for this research, for collected data, I use questionnaire. Yeah, and then last conclusion for my research. Based on the result of this research that has been described before by the data previously, researchers conclude that the student perception in using Google Translate as a media in translation activity that Google Translate was more advantageous than disadvantageous. So recommendation for next for the next time, Google Translate should be continuous their features so as provide opportunity for students to learn more about English, especially in translation activity. After knowing the student perception of the use of Google Translate in this research, it is expected that the use of Google Translate in translation activity can be better again in the future. Okay, that's all from my presentation of my research. This is only big point of my research. If you wanna read more about my finding or my result of my research, you can read from my proposal, research proposal that I will share. So thank you for your attention. Sorry if my presentation not really good. I hope you can understand, and I hope this research also have some benefit for us. And I hope next time I will do more better again for next research. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay.